Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with the Word. Today we're going to be making some cheesy breadsticks, the Muncy Mountain way. You start out with a measuring cup. We're going to add 2 cups of milk. We'll heat the milk to about between 100 and 110 degrees. And in my microwave, it's 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay, we got this out of the microwave. Now we want to check the temperature on it. It needs to be between 100 and 110. If it's too low, then it'll take the yeast a little bit too long to start activating. If it's too high, then it could kill the yeast. Let's see, we're just a little over 100 there, maybe 105. Give it just another minute to see how it goes. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll take active dry yeast. Once you use this, you want to make sure you keep it in the refrigerator. 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, half a teaspoon. Now to feed the yeast, I'm going to put in a tablespoon of sugar. The recipe calls for a total of 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to go ahead and put 1 in here. Now we'll put the other tablespoon in with the flour. Stir it in there a little bit. Whisked up. Now this is going to start setting up. We'll probably have to give it at least 5 or 10 minutes. What time it's doing that, then we're going to start putting our flour together. Okay, we have 4 cups of all-purpose pizza flour. We want the best flour that we can get. It has to be something with high gluten, high protein. Always sift your flour because you never know what kind of lumps could be in it. If you're getting pre-sifted flour, then you're probably not getting good flour. We'll get all that sifted in there. Now we're going to add that 2nd tablespoon of sugar. Get that in there. Now we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. I'm going to kind of whisk that just a little. And now we're just waiting on the yeast. Okay, now it's time to check our yeast mixture. You can see that is looking really good. So we're going to pour that right in to our dry mixture. Now I'm going to kind of toss this with my hand around in here just a little bit before we start mixing it. Make sure we get everything wet first. Get all that down in there. It's going to make it a lot easier, a lot faster if we do it this way. Get all the powder out of it. Get all down there. Okay, now I'm going to put it on the mixer. Now mixing that a little bit with the spatula first is going to help us to go a little faster here. I can go ahead and go on about level 3 or 4 there. We'll get that started. We're going to let that mix just a little bit and then we'll be back with you. Okay, now it's getting a little bit more smooth, so we have increased the speed just a little bit. And you can see it's starting to stretch inside a couple things. Starting to try to bind together. This means that the gluten is starting to set up on it. And we're going to run it on, I think it's about 4 or 5. We'll run it on that speed for just a little bit. Maybe a minute or so, and then scrape it down and check it again. And now I'm going to check this. I'm going to scrape down the sides. Scrape everything off the hook. It's because everything that we bake is off the hook. Off the charts, off the chain, and off our plates really quick. They don't last no time. Especially the pepperoni rolls. They disappear quickly. I can make 40 or 50 pepperoni rolls and they'll be gone in a day. Get that scraped down. And we'll let this run just a little bit more, and then we're going to add some butter. Okay, we got good gluten form there so far. It's looking really good. So we want to start adding the butter. We cut the butter into pads or pats and put a little bit of time in there. Once the butter gets to working its way in, you got to let it work all the way into the dough. If you add your butter too quick, then the fat in the butter will stop the gluten from setting up like it needs to. If you add it too fast at the end, or if it's melted too much, it'll make the dough just fall to the bottom, get slick. It's just starting to stick together good now. It'll get slick and just become a mess. So you want to add it just a little bit of time. Room temperature at the warmest. Colder if you want to. You see, I can see one just going around the side there. When that disappears, I'll add another one. In the meantime, the bread's getting kneaded really good. And that's why our bread just is so soft. It tastes so great. Add another one in. We're going to let that work all the way into the batter, the dough. Okay, we're going to add the last pat of butter. Once that gets worked in, we're going to increase the speed for about 2 minutes. But before we do that, we're going to scrape it down a little bit. Just got one ring around the outside, kind of high up. That's a lot of that's dough, a lot of it's butter. It's starting to disappear. It's got a little bit left. And we'll turn it off. We'll scrape it down, and then we'll turn it on a higher speed for about 2 minutes, and let it knead the dough, and then we'll do the window pane check. If you don't know what a window pane check is, then you haven't been watching us. It's pretty neat. Oh yeah, that's got a little bit more in there. Appreciate everyone for joining us. We've been making pizza rolls, cinnamon rolls, breads of all type. Braided bread, mocha bread, chocolate bread, Nutella bread, just some good old white bread, pull apart bread. It's all on our channel if you want to check us out. But right now we're making some cheesy breadsticks. Okay, that looks like it's all down good, so let's get that all scraped down. Now this bowl will be practically clean by the time this starts doing right, because nothing's going to be sticking to the sides if we're doing our job right, if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, make sure we get the bottom, make sure there's no loose flour down there. All looks good. Scrape our spatula off. And we're going to increase the speed. That's on about 8. We're going to let it run on this for about 2 minutes. And we'll be back. Okay. And we're back. Now, we're going to do the window pane check. See how this rolled off of there? See how clean the sides are? Take a little piece out. Look at the elasticity of this. See my finger? See my finger? That is really good right there. Now we're going to get this out. It's a little sticky, so we're going to add just a little bit of flour to it. Okay, we want to stretch the skin now and make a ball out of this. We'll roll it in our hands, roll it under. Get all that rolled into it. Now we're going to get it covered. Put a little olive oil on it. Okay, now while our dough is rising, we're going to try to put together our topping. What I've done, I have softened, well, pretty much melted, about 6 ounces of butter. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic and 3 tablespoons of garlic. It's minced garlic. And I'm going to add 6 ounces of spreadable cream cheese. 6 ounces of spreadable cream cheese. I'm going to mix this together, make it spreadable. Looks delicious, don't it? Smells good though. I'm gonna get all that in there. Okay, it's a little more workable now. Now you add as much garlic as you like. We like a lot of garlic, so I put into 3 tablespoons. That honestly smells so good. That's workable, so now we're going to go check our dough and see how it looks. So if you remember where our dough was when we started, check it out now. It was way down here in his gruel. It was blowing bubbles for us. Now just stick your finger in, look at that. It looks good. And when you work with really good flour, then it's not going to fight you as bad. Try to press some of the bubbles out of it. You don't want to pinch them out, you just want to press them out. If you pinch them out, it's going to leave holes. Now what we want to do, we got to weigh it. So we're going to split it in half. Close to 2 pounds right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of split it in half. With our bench scraper. It's just a little less than 1 pound. I think this is quite a bit more. That's quite a bit more. So we're going to try to even it up a little bit. This one is now 1 pound 2 ounces. This one is now 1 pound and 5 ounces. Take about 1 ounce off of this, or 2. That one is now 1.6. little bit too much. Now it's set to 1.4 and it's a little bit less than 1.4, so that should be close enough. Those look about the same. Okay, now we're going to get our pan ready. This is a good sized pan, but we have a lot of mixture to deal with. And then lots and lots of olive oil. Make sure you get the sides. Now, I'm going to take some Parmesan. Take it a couple times. Put it down on the pan. To make a Parmesan crust. Now we're going to work it. It's very workable dough. It doesn't try to fight you at all. But you got to be, like anything that you bake, you got to be patient. Stretch it out. If it comes back, then you stretch it out again. Just keep working with it. This is going to rise a lot, so we got to make it pretty thin. If you don't make it thin, it's going to be that thick whenever you're done with it. So you want to try to spread it as much as you possibly can. Look at that. What I'm talking about. Okay, now we're going to get this over into the pan. It's looking good. Okay, now we're going to put our topping on it. Man, it's going to be so good. Wish everybody could try this. Remember now, this is only half of our batter or dough. Get all that put on nice and smooth. Zoom in just a little bit. What do y'all think about that? I personally think it's going to be really, really good. Make sure we don't leave any spots out. Okay. Now we're going to cover it with some mozzarella cheese. And I mean covered. These one are good. And that's fresh cheese. It's moist. And that's why we call it cheesy bread, because it's got plenty of cheese. Okay, now we're going to cover this up. I'm going to let this rest for about 25-30 minutes by the time we're heating our oven to 400. We'll be right back. Okay, it has been about 20 minutes, and look at it. It's ready to go. So we're going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes at 400 and just check the cheese and see what it looks like. Alrighty, 20 minutes later, I want you to look at this. Now tell me, is that pretty or what? Look at that. Caramel crust under the bottom. Look at that. Wow. It sounds good. See if we can cut it while it's hot. Good and creamy topping. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. That looks good. Let's give it a try. Okay, we'll let this cool off just a little bit. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite you to follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, and make sure you tune in to New Beginning Network and watch us on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. And you can get that on Roku, get it on the internet. And we appreciate everyone. Now, it's time to try this. Please like and share. Follow us. Now, we're going to try the first one just like it is. Oh my goodness. This is, wow. Folks, this is absolutely fabulous. Oh my goodness, it's good. Oh. That is amazing right there. And I got a little bit of pizza sauce. I want to try one bite with pizza sauce. I don't see how I can get better than what it is. And the cheese, the bread is absolutely excellent. Look at that. Just a little bit of pizza sauce. I have to say, this has got to be in the top 4 or 5 of anything we've ever made. This is just so good. So filling. We made some buffalo wings to go with it. We ask everyone if you would follow us. Find a church to go to church. We thank God for all these opportunities given us. We pray that everyone watching is blessed. I ask you to pray for us, and we'll pray for you. Till next week, Cooking with the Word. We love y'all.